All right, y'all. Two peas in a bong in the building again. It's your boy DP.
It's your boy KP.
And a depressed bong.
Depressed,
man.
Why so, man?
Because I got to listen to Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboys, press conference today, and that shit got me feeling hella depressed, man. What happened to the team I love, you know?
What exactly is making you feel that way, man? Like,
I don't even think Jerry Jones is calling the shots anymore. You know, he's just the talking head, so they have to give him his space to do what he wants to do in front of the media.
mm-hmm.
But I just don't like the way the Cowboys are handling business this year. You got your number one receiver, CeeDee Lamb. He's holding out of camp because he's in the contract dispute. You got your quarterback playing on the last year of his deal with no guarantees past this year. You got your head coach playing on a one-year deal. So, you know, and
he said playing on the 1 year.
I'm
this
sorry.
nigga playing cards or playing?
He coaching on the 1 year deal. My bad. Appreciate you for catching
shooting
that.
craps.
Coach, man.
Yeah, playing coach. Right, he playing coach.
Playing hooky.
Right, like Coach Carter. But and with all that being said, you have made zero impact in the offseason. The Cowboys were the lowest spending team this summer. 32nd team out of 32 teams in free agency spending this summer.
Hey, man, look
Right.
on the bright side. You got Zeke the Freak back.
Man,
They're gonna have to figure that out, man. The running back situation is it might be a doozy for them this year, but let's get into this, man. I'm start hitting y'all with some shit. Random acts of questionness is what I'm gonna start calling this shit. Random acts of questionness. So I'll keep it on football today, but the shit may end up being just some random shit that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But so man, if you are starting your team, NFL football team, and they say quarterback is the most important position, if you have to choose between Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson, which one are you taking?
wow.
Give me Lamar Jackson. No questions asked. I ain't even got to think about it.
And why is it just Lamar Jackson straight up for you with no hesitation?
Because he doesn't have to win it with his arms. He's super dynamic with his legs. And, I mean, yeah, the fact that he can win it either way. Manage it with his arm. I won't say win it with his arm. I'm going to say manage it with his arm, but win it with his legs. I'm going to take him. Yeah.
I agree.
Same. You taking Lamar Jackson?
I'm taking Lamar because he has a skill set where, you know, if he slides a little bit to the right, slides a little bit to the left, you could be looking at a 60, 70-yard run.
Yeah.
So I would say this: if I'm a wide receiver in the
I'm about to say the WNBA.
still got me on that shit. But if I'm a wide receiver in the NFL, I'd much rather play with Joe Burrow than play with Lamar Jackson because I don't think passing is his primary goal, right?
Yeah.
The goal is scoring by any means necessary, and a lot of times that calls for him to use his legs. So, but he does it well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A stat was, I think, I'm not trying to carry on, but they talked about, I think it was Ryan Clark on ESPN that said Lamar Jackson won the Heisman in college.
Mm-hmm.
Came to the NFL first year starting. He won MVP. So he's different.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Lamar, but Joe Burrow's a better thrower of the ball. But overall, give me Lamar.
I'm taking Lamar Jackson for the reasons that you guys have mentioned, and I just think he's also more. Both have been hurt, but I think he's more durable than Burrow.
Yeah.
Definitely more dynamic. Like you say, Burrow may be the better thrower, but then it's a question of who is the more dynamic and better player. I would say that's Lamar Jackson. So I'm taking Lamar Jackson, man. I guess we're all in agreement. I was wondering if this is going to be something that created some sort of a divide, but everybody's going with Lamar, huh?
And that's as we should.
Okay.
I was going to say is you said something, Ubang. You said the receivers. As a receiver, you would want to play with Joe Burrow. I agree with you. I was going to say Lamar, reminds me of Michael Vick. Michael Vick's best receiver was a tight end.
Yeah, exactly.
Algie. Crumpler.
Lamar Jackson, his best receiver is
likely
Andrews.
Andrews was hurt, but
but
when Andrews went out, it's still the tight end position because Isaiah Likely was getting busy. Pause.
So those guys, they use tight ends.
So no, I agree with you. That's a good point. Ubang mentioned earlier, man. He said something about the holdouts. And I'm pretty sure it's more than these people that I'm going to name, but let's just keep it at some of the bigger names. And if I don't name some that y'all, want to bring up, let me know. So, sticking to receivers, Brandon Ayuk, with the 49ers. He has requested a trade. He reported to practice.
He's in camp.
Yeah, he reported to camp. But he ain't practicing. So, does he deserve a big contract in y'all's opinion? And then secondly, what would be a good fit for him if it's not the 49ers and he is traded? Where do you guys think would be a good landing spot for him?
Well, go ahead, Kev. Go ahead.
Who was the best receiver for the 49ers this year?
Last year?
Yeah, this past year.
Ayuk.
Exactly. But they had another receiver on the team that's been the better receiver from years prior.
Okay, so
you're talking about Deebo Samuels, right? Didn't Deebo have a contract? Didn't he get a contract this offseason? Wasn't he?
No, Deebo already got paid.
But I'm saying, I thought it was this past season he was requesting a trade or he wanted his money, and he ended up getting his money.
Okay, so you bring Deebo up, then it's almost like that question we just tackled with Burrow and Jackson, right?
Yeah.
So Deebo and Ayuk aren't necessarily the same type of player.
No, they're
both
not.
Effective in their own ways. I would say they complement each other, but I would say, approach it with caution if you thinking that you could just let Ayuk go because you have Deebo in.
No. I don't feel like that, but I think the 49ers may feel like that in their decision to take care of Deebo and not take care of Ayuk. I see him leaving.
I think he's not going to leave if they don't let him. But there was who said it? It was I can't remember exactly who said it. The 49ers, if they had a choice behind closed doors secretly who they would keep and who they would trade, they would trade Debo. Brandon Ayuk is, what's the kid's name, the quarterback for the 49ers? Brock Purdy's number one target. I think he said there's a stat that Brock Purdy's completion percentage is off the charts when it comes to Brandon Ayuk, right? The problem is, like you said, Kev, Debo already got paid. Ayuk is trying to get paid. So they have to try and,
salvage.
make it look a certain way because, like Debo already got paid.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that Brandon Ayuk played with Jaden Daniels, the quarterback. The quarterback.
No, yeah. Arizona State.
Yeah, okay. So the quarterback with the Washington football team, and he's been buddying it up with him all summer. Saying, "Look at me." He's trying to get to the Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
So, if there's a likely, let me take this back. If the team ultimately feels the need to trade Brandon Ayuk, and they respect him and have love for him like a lot of these teams say they do, they'll help him land where he wants to land, as long as it makes sense, right?
And what makes sense for them, because it definitely wouldn't be sending his ass to another NFC team.
Well,
for the 49ers, I mean, I think they would be like, ship this nigga out.
You guys got a pretty good offense without him. You guys have a top-tier defense. Yeah. So send him to another team in the NFC. What is that going to do if they're a better team? They got they drafted a rookie wide receiver. I'm assuming maybe he's going to take Ayuk's place, but
if we say,
I think his name might be Purnell.
But if we speak conventional wisdom, I mean, it may not be the smartest thing to send him somewhere in the NFC.
That's true.
Especially if it would be like, all right, we about to send this motherfucker to the Rams or some shit like that, And then all of a sudden, this nigga's getting busy and the Rams are
that'd be
killing the game. Yeah, so, I mean, well, what would be a good fit for him, though? You know what I'm saying? Where do y'all think would be a good spot for him?
Rams would be a great landing spot with
spoken
Cooper
like
Kupp.
a true Rams fan, KP.
I'm just saying that would be a great landing spot. Damn.
Okay.
I'm disgusted because I can't even think of the second year player's name, the rookie that was balling out, the wide receiver for the Rams.
Puka Nacua.
Yeah, from BYU. Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't even think of his name.
Puka's a beast.
Yeah, you put the three.
Yeah,
of them
Nacua
together.
said he could drop 15 in the NBA. He was a hooper too.
Man,
I believe it.
he might be able to. I don't know if he could average 15, but he might be able to score 15 in the game.
And I at the time I didn't know his name, but I believe it's Ricky Pearsall is the wide receiver. Is the wide receiver that they took in the first round with the 31st pick. They took
the 49ers?
49ers
Okay, yeah.
took Ricky Pearsall. So that could possibly be Ayuk's replacement.
Yeah, you taking a receiver in the first round.
In the first round.
Yeah, you're making
true.
some kind of statement.
True. All right, well, another holdout, Trent Williams, is it for the 49ers. Sticking with them, that's another holdout.
That nigga's crazy.
Trent Williams?
Yeah, that nigga's crazy.
He a wild boy.
Yeah.
But he's earned the right though.
Yeah.
To do what he's doing.
Hurry up and give him his money.
Or else.
Yeah.
So the Trent Williams thing is a story that's not really getting a lot of traction. It's not being spoken of, but it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So let me name a couple players who have actually reported not necessarily holding out right now. But it could get to a situation where they are if negotiations crumble. You know what I'm saying? So you got Alvin Kamara. He reported to camp, practiced fully, and investigations, negotiations are still ongoing. What they investigating this nigga for? Nah, negotiations are still ongoing. Then you got Tua Tagovailoa. He reported he was a limited participant in practice, and for him, there's still ongoing negotiations. And then you have Jordan Love, who reported and did not practice.
Yeah.
Let's start with Jordan Love, because I know Ubang, you had some stuff to say about him the other day. We actually released a short about his situation, and you posed the question of, do you think that this is headed for a holdout? So
Right.
what do you think? Is it headed for a holdout?
It doesn't look like it. Unlike the Cowboys, I think Green Bay moves in silence, and I think they're working around the clock to get a deal done.
Okay.
The GM came out and said that Jordan Love is not going to be at any of the on-the-field practices because he doesn't have his contract extension, and he said that he heard that information from his agent, and he's on board with it. The GM is on board with it, so it's like it sounds like it's going to get done, right? Like everybody understands what's going on. He doesn't want to get injured. He's still in the building. He showed that. What's the word I'm looking for? Like good faith. He showed up in good faith, right? Hey, I'm just gonna pop in. I'm gonna do the meetings. We could do some, look at some playbooks and all that good stuff. But
That nigga dropped $1,000 on the loan. Like, yeah, okay, here's his down payment.
But I'm not.
You know?
But I'm not touching the field until y'all get my money right. As Kev would say, wait till I get my money right.
Absolutely. You know who? I'm sorry. Weigh in on that.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I wanted to. I'm gonna say something else. So I want you to talk about Jordan Love first, because I want to talk about the other quarterback once Jordan Love gets his money. How it's going to set the market.
Well, I'm just gonna say Jordan Love. What do you pay him? And I mean,
he's going to be the highest paid player in the NFL.
Right, and this is the shit that motherfuckers gotta kind of try to bring in, is that they keep talking about the market, like what's the market value, and it's like a motherfucker could have a good season, because what has Jordan Love done before this season?
Shit,
not much. He was on the bench behind Aaron Rodgers.
Correct.
Yeah.
So now he would be the highest paid player.
No. I don't think he's seeking highest paid player money. But again, it's so funny.
If you go based on the market and they pay him as the market
I think he is
pays,
the highest paid player.
He would be up there.
Yeah, I think he is.
If not the highest, he'd be up there as one of the highest.
He will be the highest.
And
that's like 50 plus.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, I understand exactly what you're saying. The crazy thing is that the public and the media was just bashing him last year. Right? He comes, He has a second half of the year. So first half wasn't great. Wasn't anything to call home about or write home about. Second half of the year, he was amazing. And too many times these teams, we've seen all we need to see. We're going to go ahead and pay you. They did that with Carson Wentz with the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck is he at? You know what I'm saying? Like, so they throw money at these players, and it's not warranted in my opinion. just off of a half a season. Hey, man, he looked good for a half a season. He's a top 5 quarterback or top 10 quarterback and all this other stuff, with it not being warranted because they haven't earned the right to say any of that. Like, that could be a flash in the pan type season.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, it's a one-off, the best he ever had, and next year he's looking like a pumpkin again. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'd say, and I think they understand that, and they're trying to probably, these teams, man, they're smarter than you think because they're probably trying to put some outs in the contract. Like, hey, we can get out of it in year 3 if we don't like what we see or whatever. So a lot of the things that get these contracts held up is the language.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, we was listening to a Dak Prescott press conference earlier from today's what's that shit called? Training camp practice.
Yeah.
And he said, "I have wants and the team has
have
wants."
wants.
You know what I'm saying? So like, nah, we got to put everything we want in this contract and make it work. So, I think Jordan Love's going to get his money, and they have a very young nucleus. They're not paying any of their young receivers.
Right.
They got rid of Devontae Adams, and all their receivers are young. They're all fast as fuck. They all have a different skill set, and he has a good tight end. And I think they just picked up what's the kid that used to be in Oakland. I don't want to call him Brandon Jacobs. Jacobs is his last name.
Oh, Brandon Jacobs?
No, not Brandon.
I
said
going back to
Josh Jacobs.
If that nigga's running,
come on, man.
Hey, if that nigga's still running, woo! What the fuck is in the water?
Hey, he was a freight train.
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs, man.
Josh Jacobs. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. This nigga said Brandon Jacobs. Damn. Okay.
They're gonna be a good offense. So yeah, he's gonna get paid.
Okay.
Shit.
All right. Now, Kevin, you said it was another quarterback that you wanted to say something about.
Yeah, Tua Tagovailoa. How does this work for him when he sees the money that Jordan Love gets?
And that's what? That's the thing. I think they are all trying to play the waiting game because they want to see. It's like you go first.
Yeah.
Let me see what you get, or let me see what you do, and then I'm gonna do what I do. Nobody wants to be the one to set the bar because they may not get. Yeah.
Kev,
what's up?
I hear what you're saying, but I also think that Jordan Love and Tua are in two different situations. Jordan Love sat behind Aaron Rodgers for 3 years before he got his chance. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love is basically at the start of his career. Tua has played since he was a rookie. He was a top 10 pick. Mm-hmm. They expected a lot out of him. He's been injured. He has a very shaky injury history, and especially one with concussions where, they're looking out for his safety and saying, like, hey, if you get one more concussion or, you get another bad concussion, it could mean something to your football career. Right? So if he's in the last year of his deal, you guys pick up his 5th-year option. I want to see what he looks like because he's one injury away or one hit away from having to retire from the sport. And I think they're looking at it like, man, we don't want to pay you. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback, right? Like, he can't read the field but his coach, McDaniels, is that his name?
Yeah.
Mike McDaniels, he schemes up plays to get these guys open. So Tua just has to, hey, man, it's going to be, this is your look. You got one read. You know what I'm saying? This is your one read. Go over there. Tyreek is going to be open. So I don't think they really believe in Tua. I don't think they believe in Tua, and I think that they just know that they have fast-ass Tyreek Hill, fast-ass Jalen Waddle.
Waddle just got paid.
And A-Chain, the rookie run. He's in his second year now, but going into his second year. A-Chain, you got Raheem Mostert. They have an all-star team around him.
Yeah.
and they're like, nah, like they're doing the work. You're kind of like
It's like the 49ers of the
AFC. Correct. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, nah, we don't want to pay you. So he's different than Jordan Love, in my opinion. I think Jordan Love has more leverage. He looked better at times last year. And Tua, like I said, you got Tyreek Hill who could basically Tyreek is going to tell you, just put it up there.
Mm-hmm.
At some point in time, I'm going to come down with it.
And speaking of holdouts and stuff, it's like Waddle just got paid. You got Ayuk, who is requesting a trade.
Right.
What's going to happen with Chase? He going to want to get paid with the Bengals.
Yeah.
Higgins was already upset with the Bengals. He wanted, a deal. Did they franchise tag him? I believe.
Who? Higgins?
Yeah.
Higgins.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like you could be looking at a situation in Miami where you got another holdout.
Yeah.
With Hill.
Yeah.
Because he's like, all right, and it's almost like what Kevin is talking about. They done set the market, and I know what was that shit on the wood? You let that nigga Terry bone.
Oh, yeah.
And I know I look better than that nigga. It's like, you paying these niggas,
Yeah.
and I know I'm better than them.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying it kind of just sets the stage for more motherfuckers to be like, hey, I need that bread.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that these dudes are all in that class of quarterbacks that need to get paid, and none of them are in Dak Prescott's category. So their negotiations won't even affect Dak Prescott because we all assume that they'll come in, under 60 million per year, and I think Dak next year resets the quarterback market with another team, not the Dallas Cowboys that I love.
Damn.
So you
This is it.
on
This is
record
the last
right now,
dance.
he's out of there.
I believe so.
It's the last
As
dance.
much as it pains me, I think.
Okay.
Kev, you were saying something. You were kind of low, so I couldn't hear you.
I
Say it
said
again.
this is the last dance.
Yeah,
This season.
it is. It's Michael Jordan's last dance. Obviously, I'm not calling Dak Prescott Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying, like, this is his last hurrah. Like, and he's gonna get $60 million. I just doubt it's with the Cowboys. So
Okay. All right. Ooh. I wonder how that's gonna look, man. This season, it's almost like because based on that interview earlier, it was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be here.
Yeah, it's a
Is he
stalemate.
auditioning for another team? Do you play harder because you're treating it as a contract year, or do you play it safe because you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna be here with these motherfuckers anyway. I'm gonna give you like 70%, preserve myself for this bigger contract because I know I'm going elsewhere.
try not to get hurt.
Exactly.
See,
But
but that's
his
the
team
thing.
ain't doing him
When
no
you try
favors
not
either.
to get hurt, that's when you get hurt.
That's true.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying. All right. So Dak Prescott, I know we kind of we talked about him, but I want to talk about one of his teammates, his go-to guy, CeeDee Lamb. Hold out. Ubang.
It pains me, man.
Let me know what you think, man.
It pains me because, like, I feel like at this point, the Jones family and the Cowboys have their feet, their feet or their spurs or their cleats are dug into the ground. Like, we not doing shit. CD, you gonna play out this contract like the rest of these motherfuckers. You ain't special, nigga. So it's like, and hey, let's not feel sorry for CeeDee Lamb. I think he's making like $17 million on this year. But the reality of the matter is this: the Cowboys do not have to pay him because they can always franchise tag him next year.
Yeah.
Are there
So
are there, are
this
there
idea
three-
that, hey, the Cowboys need to just shut up and pay CeeDee Lamb, like, they can franchise tag him so he doesn't have the leverage he believes he has.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I can only hope that the Cowboys aren't, you know, lowballing him and telling him to take $25 million when Justin Jefferson just reset the market at $35 million.
But see, there's that shit I'm talking about, the reset the market thing.
Yeah.
Like a motherfucker will talk about resetting the market and paying, you know, market value and all of that kind of shit. Like that's the first shit motherfuckers look to is like, okay, what does so and so do? What he getting paid? And that's what I need to get paid at least.
And before the season started, Jerry had some quotables, right? I'm not even talking about the all-in shit. I'm talking about, hey, he wants to see some more leaves fall. Like, hey, I want to get a contract done for my guys, but I need to see some more leaves fall. That means I want to see other guys get paid so that another team sets the market.
Right.
And we can go from there.
Everybody is waiting for somebody else to make the move.
Exactly.
So my question,
It's like you know, two counter punchers standing in the ring,
Face it
boxing,
off,
and
just
you
got their
waiting for a
guards up.
motherfucker to- yeah, like it's like you know, you're waiting for a motherfucker to do something, man. Like it's
so my question to both of y'all, is CeeDee Lamb a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL right now?
arguably.
Okay. Well,
Arguably.
we're saying Justin Jefferson's number 1, right?
Okay, so Justin Jefferson was injured
Yeah.
part of this last season. So are we just
I
to
mean,
throw
he
that out
started
there?
off- he started off killing though before he got
correct.
injured.
But I'm just saying, to throw that out there, we need to set a criteria. But I mean, if we just gonna just really just kind of talk about it on the fly. So are we throwing injuries out? Still giving him?
I am, because
Okay, so we throwing injuries out.
Yeah, because pre-injury
So-
he was killing it.
Okay, so Justin Jefferson, who's your number 2?
I would go CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, so you're saying that Lamb is
Yeah,
a top 3.
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I like Jamar Chase as well.
Okay, so
I like
Tyreek
Tyreek
Hill
Hill.
is a number 2.
No, nah. I like Tyreek Hill, but nah, I'm taking CeeDee Lamb.
Ayuk, is he up there?
I'm
Does he
taking
get consideration?
So I'll say this with Ayuk. Look at Ayuk's pieces around him. He's got a running game. He's got another receiver. He's got a tight end. Not to take anything away from Brandon Ayuk, but look at CeeDee Lamb. Look at Dallas's running game. Look at Dallas's receiving core. CeeDee Lamb was killing it, man.
Yeah.
In spite
I mean,
of their
I'd
bad
say
running game.
arguably. I mean, once
Yeah.
a lot of people will say they'll lead and say Jefferson at number 1, and then after that, it's like you can make an argument for different cats to be interchangeable.
I could see how someone would say Tyreek Hill, but I'm saying, look at the core around him. Look at the offense around him. Look at Ayuk's pieces around him. Those guys have pieces.
Okay, because
CeeDee Lamb
and
doesn't have the same pieces.
I just threw Hill out there because, I mean, he was on pace to like have a ridiculous record-setting season. Had he continued that pace, would you still be saying Jefferson is number 1, or would you put Tyreek Hill up there?
I would still say Jefferson's number 1.
Okay. All right. Man, so let's shift to a different sport, man. So Team USA got busy the other day, man. USA basketball got busy the other day and took care of Germany 84-57.
Mm.
Let me be more specific. Pause, Kevin. Hold on. You shaking your head. Let me be more specific. USA women's basketball team took care of Germany. However, the men just kind of squeaked by, so to speak, man. 92-88. So they won by 4. Before that, South Sudan 101-100. In both games, LeBron James was, threw on the cape and played, hero at the end of the game. Serbia wasn't so close, 105-79. A lot of people say Serbia wasn't trying to, show their cards.
Yeah, they didn't play their second, third, or fourth best guy.
So I mean, do with that what you will. I don't know if that's the case, if it will be the same type of scenario when they actually do play. They're in the same pool, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the other exhibition game before that, Australia 98-92, and then Canada 86-72. Man, they are not blowing people out the water. And Kevin said some shit about everybody was salivating to be in the pool with South Sudan, and they almost beat them motherfuckers in this exhibition game.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Kev, about that no call on Anthony Edwards down on the last second or so?
That could have easily been a foul. Easily.
Okay.
The hand is a part of the ball, but the wrist is not a part of the ball, and he raked the wrist of Waylon Gabriel.
Yeah, you and
ex-Laker,
and your ass was clowning, talking about who does South Sudan have? Waylon Gabriel? Like, damn, man, put some respect on his name, man.
I want to apologize to South Sudan. I do, because as Shaq would say, I was not familiar with your game. I was
man.
Team USA, man, men's basketball is looking very beatable. The last 2 games where LeBron has had to pull it out, pause, whatever. Had to pull out all the stops late, to get Team USA over the hump. I was wishing, I know a lot of Laker fans are wishing, that LeBron
wishing upon a star
could have saved us a few times down the stretch instead of, shooting an air ball, missing a layup, going to the lane against Denver. We needed this fresh and rejuvenated LeBron James in the motherfucking playoffs.
Oh, no,
where was you at?
You're right. Yeah.
Where was your antennas at?
Oh,
shit. You're absolutely right. Because I said this the other episode. Anthony Davis is playing inside more and not shooting all these jumpers. LeBron James down the stretch was putting his head down and getting to the basket and scoring inside. He did hit a 3-pointer, but he wasn't relying on the 3-pointer.
Yeah, that was key though.
And so I agree with you. I'm watching this LeBron and AD like, damn, y'all left us hanging during the season. Pause. When you was playing against Denver, where was all this at?
Oh,
this is
boy.
what I want to see.
So then, what? Well, all right. They're struggling. What's the reason that you guys think that they are struggling? What would you point to say, this is the deficiency, this is the, disconnect? What the fuck is the problem?
They can't,
in y'all opinion.
Okay, so it's a couple things. They keep mixing up the lineup. They're fixated on starting Embiid. Embiid hasn't looked good. I don't know if it's
terrible.
Yeah.
Embiid looked terrible.
Curry hasn't shot the ball well. He's had one good shooting game against Serbia, but he hasn't shot the ball well. Team USA hasn't shot the three well. And that's what's happening with the other teams. The other teams are winning the 3-point battle between them and the United States. Tatum hasn't played good. A lot of the guys that you would expect to play good haven't played good thus far.
A lot of the guys, everybody on this motherfucking team, they expect to play good. Who the fuck do you not expect to play good?
And they all have flashes.
Well, let me say this. You got 12 guys. You're not expecting all 12 guys to play a lot of minutes. But
no, you said play good, though. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Why would they even bring them out there? Like, they all need to be, when you get your ass in the game, you need to be putting in work, right?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, especially on that level, like, they handpicking 12 motherfuckers to take over there, like.
So I'll tell you. So a guy like Tatum was looking like expected to make the jump. You just won the championship. You just got this contract. You're the highest paid player in league history. You've been stinking over there. He hasn't played good.
Should they have taken Brown instead?
Instead of Derek White?
Yeah.
Instead of Tatum?
Ship that nigga UPS.
Nah, you gotta keep.
do for you. What can
You
Brown
gotta keep Tatum in.
But the other thing too is Kevin Durant still hasn't played. He's got the calf strain, so
right.
That's gonna make a difference because he's going to open the court up with his outside shooting.
Okay. So what's the major issue?
They can't hit shots.
Okay, so it's just they just haven't gotten into a flow of hitting shots right.
And then they play half-ass defense. They pick and choose when they want to defend. So like the starting lineup that consists of LeBron, Curry, and Joel Embiid, that's a bad group because the switching is bad. Joel Embiid's mobility, he doesn't move well to come off the switches because in the international game, there's a lot of switching because the bigs shoot from the outside. So that's not good. That's not a good matchup for Joel Embiid.
Okay.
Then you have LeBron having to do it more and move more. LeBron doesn't play defense like that. You got
He
Curry.
hates.
He hates what?
LeBron hates playing defense in his old in his more mature phase. How about that?
Hey, so then let me ask this: as Laker fans, the two of you guys, are you concerned with LeBron using too much of his gas for the Olympics and not saving enough of it for this next season with the Lakers?
Absolutely. Because, I mean, he's going to have to play hard because he's going to be playing with his son. And he's going to be going at them dudes that's going at his son and talking that mess. Yeah. I am concerned. I didn't expect him to play this much and have to play this hard and pull out the cape this early in these exhibition games.
Are they overselling the chemistry between LeBron and Curry?
I won't say overselling, sensationalizing, maybe, but those are the two biggest players in the world, and they're on the same team. So I won't say overselling, but yeah.
The gap's closing. Pause.
Between who?
Between
The
USA and the world.
Okay. So is that what you think the issue is? Or the reason, I would say. Is that the reason why they're struggling?
Because the gap's closing?
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that they're playing teams, and these teams are coming in, and they're not looking at LeBron and Steph and whoever the fuck else is on the team like dudes looked at the '92 Dream Team, and I hate that the media every 4 years compares USA men's basketball to the Dream Team. There'll never be another moment. It's a moment in time, bro. It's like a what do I want to call it? It's, it was a moment, right? They lived that moment. You can't relive that. Stop trying to bring up other teams to compare it to that. Like that 92 Dream Team, they were going up against dudes that are plumbers, electricians, handymen, bakers, and they stopped all that for a month to come to the Olympics to get drummed up by Michael Jordan and them niggas.
Wait, they stopped it for a month.
For a month. The niggas put all that shit on hold for a month.
Niggas,
To come get worked out by the 92 Dream Team.
So if that nigga to get in there and bake 50 loaves of bread so you can take a break for it. Oh.
Oh
shit.
They were rock stars to the point that you saw dudes on court excuse me, trying to take pictures
No, yeah, for sure.
with them before games.
During the
During
motherfucking
games,
man.
after the games, just happy to be in their presence, right? Like,
Oh shit.
that's not the case anymore. The world is gunning for the USA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Will they win gold, man? Just straight up. Are they gonna win?
What Kodak
Absolutely.
Black say on the Breakfast Club? I hope so. Like, nigga, I don't know. The way they playing,
But so
shit,
Umar,
they can get clipped any night,
You said
Go ahead,
something
Kev.
about you said something about the '92 Dream Team, right?
right?
The '92, and you're right. It's not going to be like that again. But I will say, yeah, the '92 Dream Team, they played 9 other NBA players in the Olympics. It was only 9. Team USA this year,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to play 61 NBA players
Right.
this year. So it will be a difference. It will be closer. It will be competitive. But I think at the end of the day, from top to bottom, no other country can match up with us. Closest one is probably Canada.
Hey man, South Sudan said shut that shit up.
Yeah.
You know what the problem was with South Sudan, though?
What was the problem? They
South-
underestimated them like you did.
I did, but I'm gonna say, I think at some point, like listening to them after the game, I don't even know if they were just happy. They were just happy to play at that point. It seemed like I don't know if they was really trying to go for the kill. I think they were playing. They were playing like in the second quarter. They were lights out. They only missed 4 shots in the second quarter, and they were just
Okay.
lights out. But down the stretch, I don't think they were going for the kill. I think if they would have went for the kill, I think they would have won.
Man, what do you think about Gilbert Arenas and his comments about South Sudan?
What the fuck did Gilbert say? I heard some of what Paul Pierce said, right? And I don't know when. So
Yeah,
we haven't introduced. Okay, so what did Gilbert say?
This
lot.
nigga said, "You about to let the Aha tribe. You about to lose
the
the Aha
Ahi
tribe.
Ahi.
The
Ahi
Ahi
tribe.
tribe.
Yeah,
This nigga said y'all losing the air up there. He called them niggas air up there.
said they shoot on peach baskets. They ain't got no
Yeah.
shoes. That we gotta send the shoes over to the U.S.
we
gotta
sending
send the shoes
from
over to
United
them.
States. Yeah,
They not playing inside. No gyms. They out playing on dirt
on peach baskets.
on peach baskets. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this nigga
So-
is Nigga,
Wow.
he said Joel Embiid is throwing the game because he playing against his cousins. This nigga Gilbert,
Wow.
nutty,
That's crazy, Gil. And
nutty.
obviously, shots were fired back at, Gilbert Arenas respectfully too.
Yeah. Luol Deng with the response. Luol Deng just smart dude, man. When did he stop getting paid by the Lakers?
Oh man.
Oh
yeah,
man,
that nigga-
what is that this year?
No, it was like a year ago, right? Or 2
Yeah.
years ago? Yeah, like 2 years ago. Nigga ain't played in the NBA game since when?
I don't know, like 2017.
I gotta look that up. Yeah.
like 20. He was with. I think the last team he was
This
with
nigga
was Minnesota.
Luol used to pop up at the Lakers. This nigga will pop up for some games knowing that he's not.
Hey man, I remember after like the first game of the season, Luke Walton was like, he's gonna be a fixture on the bench. So disrespectful.
Oh shit.
So the Lakers are playing
that's-
paying Luol Deng, and Luol
But
Deng is
I'll say this.
using the money to fund the team.
But
He
I'll
took
say
his own
this:
money.
Luol Deng was a beast in his own right
Oh, absolutely.
in the league, and now he's doing something. And I feel like for him, it's obviously it's bigger than basketball. It's
Yeah.
bigger than the money,
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to uplift the kids that may have a chance but aren't given a chance.
Yeah.
I guess I saw some I read something somewhere saying that Sudan has the tallest people in the world.
South Sudan. Yeah, South Sudan.
Yeah, has the tallest people in the world and the darkest people in the world. So, like, the motherfuckers is gonna be trees, and he's saying these motherfuckers don't even have a chance. So you got a nigga that's, running around in town, 7 feet, being a mechanic. That's some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in Sudan, niggas ain't batting the eye. They just looking at this nigga like, come
shit.
work on my motherfucking car.
Move on. But so wait, we gotta
Yo.
say it right. South Sudan.
South Sudan.
Yeah, because
South Sudan.
It's been a split. They've been a country for 13 years. The split took place. Fun fact about Luol Deng. Luol Deng, coming out of high school, was the number 2 player in the country. Do you know who was
I
number
believe
1?
it.
You know who number
Who?
1 was that year?
Who?
LeBron James. So, yeah, he was the number 2 player in the country. And his senior year, he played with Charlie Villanueva. They were at a college in
No
New York,
eyebrows.
high school in New York. Luol Deng, was a one and done at Duke.
This nigga Ubang is cold.
Nah,
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
hey,
Doesn't he have
alopecia.
yeah.
Yeah. So
He does.
So Luol played for Coach K. That was another thing. And yeah, it was a one and done. And contrary to what everybody thinks, Coach K did not want him to leave after his first year at Duke, but he left anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad decision either.
No, it wasn't. But speaking of South Sudan, they had a 17-year-old on their team, Malouch, Kamal Malouch. He's 7'2", and he's gonna be playing for Duke as well.
I was about to say he's the one who committed to Duke, right?
Yeah, he's just not there right now because he's playing in the Olympics. So they had some guys.
Yeah, go on and do your research now and big these motherfuckers up now when you was talking all that shit the other day.
Hey man,
Now this motherfucker want to have all the facts.
Nah, man. Listen, I had the
and
facts
here's a
before.
fun fact about South Sudan.
Hey, I had.
If
hey,
you
man,
get your ass out of here, motherfucker.
I had the
This
facts
nigga
before.
Kevin
I just believed that Team USA was gonna stomp a mud hole in them. They were a 40-point
Man,
favorite. They were a
this
40-point favorite.
Okay.
And shout out to
And,
Carleek
and
Jones.
your
man.
shit, huh?
I said, and shout out to Carleek Jones, man. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this dude dropped the triple double on Team USA.
Hey man, what did Paul Pierce say?
Oh man,
Something
Paul
along the
Pierce-
same lines.
Yeah, he just wasn't out. He wasn't as outrageous, but he was outrageous. He came back and apologized afterwards, but he was on Undisputed.
Yeah, I think they said Gilbert apologized too, right? I think they both may have. I know for sure Paul Pierce did, but
Yeah, Paul Pierce said his stuff prior to the game, though. Gilbert said the stuff after the game. Yeah, initially Gilbert
and what
said
is
that
what
after
is
the game.
what is Dang's role with South Sudan in their basketball?
I know he's
program?
the investor. I think he's like the Grant Hill of the situation, where he's just putting the pieces together and putting together
Okay.
the
That's a good role.
infrastructure. Yeah.
That's
So,
a good
like,
role
the-
to have.
The other guy that they hired, the coach, Royal Ivy. Royal Ivy played in the NBA.
Okay. All right. Well, and both of y'all said they won't. They will win gold still.
I said they
Or-
will. Yeah, they will.
Ubang, you got to win gold.
I hope so. Hey, anything is possible, nigga. KG told me. Anything is possible, man.
Oh shit.
That would be awful if they didn't win gold. You know who would? I think, well, I'll say the person that would find the most humor if they didn't win gold, Jaylen Brown.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Jaylen Brown would
Of
be
course.
sitting back like, rocking his gold
Niggas
chain,
would
just
be
looking at
playing.
him.
What was that shit? Where Jordan was looking at the iPad and laughing and shit.
And he took that personally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that motherfucker. He'll definitely be one of the main characters, snickering in the background.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I think they'll still win. I think so. The toughest test when it's all said and done it's probably gonna be Canada, in my opinion.
In the finals?
Yeah, if it comes down to it, yeah, I think it'll be Canada.
They play Serbia tomorrow, right?
Do they open up with
Yeah.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay,
They open up with Jokic and his guys.
yeah.
So
So remember in the exhibition, go ahead, Kev. I think that's what you're about to say. Go ahead.
No. I wasn't going to talk about that. I was going to say, because we never touched on what Paul Pierce said. I was going to say, Paul Pierce was talking
Well, I
about.
asked you what he said.
Yeah, and I started talking about something else. The nigga was saying that USA could beat South Sudan with Nigel Hayes and all the alternates and all the guys you see sitting on the bench, the practice players that don't get in the game. Like, man, you could throw anybody out there. You could throw me out there. Man, South Sudan ain't got nobody over 6'3" on their team. And Uman said, they've got the tallest people in the world in South Sudan. But Paul Pierce was saying this. Like, man, yeah, they ain't got nobody over 6'3". Man, man, they ain't got nobody there, man. Like, man, they ain't even got no gym. And he's making a joke, but the truth of the matter is they really didn't have a gym, and they really were practicing outside the whole time. But, yeah, so he even bet Skip Bayless. Like, I bet you a dinner that they'll beat them by 30. And Skip Bayless did not take the bet.
Huh.
Well,
okay. And Luol Deng is actually the president of the South Sudan Basketball Federation.
Okay.
So that's his role.
Two peas in a bong. Two peas in a bong. Two peas in a bong.
Two peas and a bong. Two peas and a bong. Two peas
Two peas in a bong.